Hello students, we are starting with the unit number 8, that is database management systems. So in this we are going to see the chapter practically, and for this you have to download OpenOffice. I hope all of you have already downloaded this for the previous two chapters in which we have done the OpenOffice Writer and OpenOffice Calci. Okay, so OpenOffice spreadsheet. Now in this we are going to study about the OpenOffice database. Okay, so what we have to do, we will open the OpenOffice. Now click on the database. Now you will see this kind of screen, so you will click on select database, then create a new database, because we have to create a new database. Now we will click on the next. Now the next screen will be like this. After that we are going to click on the finish button. Now you have to save the location where you want to save your database. Okay, for that you can select any of the location. Now I'm saving my database with the name student. Okay, so the database name is student. Now we will click on save button. Now database is going to be open, and as you know that when we are saving the file in OpenOffice Writer, then its extension is .odt. Okay, and when we are saving the file in OpenOffice spreadsheet, then the extension is .ods. And if we are saving the file in database, okay, then the extension of the file will be .odb. You can see here student.odb. I have not given the extension, but still it is saved by the extension .odb. Now you can see this window comes. Okay, if you are working in your computer, sometime a problem may occur after this, that you have to download Java runtime environment. Okay, at that time from internet you have to download the Java runtime environment and you have to install it into your system. After that you can see these three options will come. Okay, now what we have to do, we have three options. One is create table in the design view, then we have the use wizard to create table, then we have the create view. Okay, so first we are going to click on the create table in the design view. Now you can see this is the window in which we have to create the database. Now we have to decide that how many attributes we have to insert in our table. Okay, how many fields we have to insert and what should be the data type of the that tables. So first, suppose we are inserting roll number. Now we have to decide about the data type, what kind of data we are going to store in this. So if you will click on this drop down, you can see the various options are there, and as roll number is always a numeric type, so we will select this. Now next we are going to enter name, and it should be what? It should be varchar. Varchar means variable character. Okay, variable character. Now you can see here we are having the entry required length 50 means that whenever we are going to store the data in the name, its maximum length will be 50 characters. Okay, 50 alphabets. Now third thing is your marks, and it type should be what? It should be decimal type, because marks can be in decimals, in points. Then is your grade. Okay, grade will be what? It will be like first, second, third, etc. So it can be also varchar. Now our table is created. We have filled the data fields. Now we are going to save this. It is going to ask the table name. Okay, so we can save it with the name. So we are saving the table name also student. Okay, now the table name and the database name is same. Now a table has been created, but it's showing that we have not set the primary key, and every table must have a primary key that should uniquely identify the data. So it is showing that should a primary key be created now? Yes, it should be created. So it has automatically created the ID, but if we don't want this, we can delete this. Now we want to make the roll number as the primary key, so we will select this row and right click here, then we will select the primary key. Now you can see the key appeared here. Okay, so this is what, this is primary key. Now roll number will be unique for every student. Okay, after that we have set it. Now Control S, yes. Now we will close this, and you can see here the table appears. This is the student table. Now we will double click on this and a table is going to open. Here you can see the columns has appeared: roll number, name, marks and the grade. Now we will enter the roll number, marks, etc. So we can enter like 101 Aditya 90, then grade we can say first. Okay, like this we can enter the different data. So now we have entered the data. Now we can save it with the help of Ctrl+X. So our table has been created. Okay, now we can close this. Yes. Now our data has been created. When you will open this, you can see the data will be available there. Okay, now next thing is creating the database table using the wizard. Okay, now what happens, we can use wizard to create table. In this you can see various sample tables have been given, okay, which are built in already in the software. So from here, suppose we select the employees table. Now where there are various available fields which we can insert in this table. Suppose we select first is employee ID, because we have to make the primary key. For that we need the key which should be unique. Okay, so with the help of this arrow key we can add this. After that we can add the first name, this one. Then we can add the last name. Then we can add city and the salary. Okay, so this is city and this one is salary. So we are adding the 5 fields in this. Now after that we can click on the next button. Now you will see here these are the 5 fields which we have selected. Okay, now we have selected employee ID. Now we can select the field type or the data type, what can be inserted in this. So employee ID will be what? It can be integer. So we can set it as integer. Now do we need to set it as a primary key? Yes, we need to set it as a primary key. Okay, so we will click on this primary key. After that, now from here we can use an existing field as a primary key. Now which field we want to make as a primary key? It can be employee ID. Okay, now we will click on the next button. After that it is going to ask for creating the table. Now what do you want to name your table? Now we are already saved it with the name employee. Okay, suppose we are changing it with the name employee. Now at last we will click on the finish button and table has been created, and these are the fields: employee ID, first name, last name, city and the salary. Okay, so we can insert the name, roll number, or sorry, the employee ID. Suppose Namya Danish, then we can enter Sharma. City we can add Delhi, Dalhousie. Then we can enter the salary. Okay, so we have entered 2 details in this. Now we can Control S, means we have saved the data. Now we can close this. Now when you are going to open this, you can see the data will be available there. Okay, now next thing is how we can create the table using the SQL commands. SQL is structured query language, with the help of which we can create the tables, we can edit the tables, update the tables. Okay, so this we have done using the options given in the software, like create table and using the wizard. Okay, in which we can automatically make a table. But now how, with the help of the commands, we can make it. Now what we are going to do, suppose we are given a table in which we have to make the fields roll number, name, fee and the city, and their types are also given, their size is also given, and the primary key is also given to us. So what we will do, we will just go to the we will go to tools. Now in this you can use SQL. Okay, now suppose I have to make a table student 1. Okay, now I will write down create table. Then after that we have to write down the table name in the double quotes. Suppose we are writing student 1. Now enter, open bracket, after that the field name. Okay, first field name will be roll number, then double quote should be closed. After that, what should be the type of it? It should be numeric type. Now what should be the size of it? We can have the 12 digits in the roll number. Okay, now we want to make this key as a primary key, so I will write down primary key. Now comma, now the second column is name and its type should be varchar, its size should be 30, then comma, then third column will be fee, its type should be float means it can be in the points, it can be in the decimals. Okay, and its size can be 12. We have to put the comma, then last column will be city. Now it type should be varchar, means it can be variables also, character also, like we can write down Dalhousie 123. Okay, now in this we have to give the size 30. Now enter and brackets. Okay, now we will click on the execute. Now you can see it's showing the status that something is missing here. So now what is missing here? You can see the bracket is missing here. Okay, we have not closed this bracket, so we will close it. If any error is going to be occurred there, it will show here. Okay, it will show you the lines in which the error is there. So after that you will click on the execute. Now command successfully executed. Okay, that means a table has been created. Now we will close it. Now we will again close the database. Now again we open it. Now we don't want to create a new database, we just want to open the existing database. Click on the open button, then select that database. Now I have selected the database and open it. Now click on the tables. You can see now we have this table student 1. Okay, you can open it. Now you can see the table has been created. The roll number, name, fee and city are the columns. Now we have to insert the data in this, but we will insert the data with the help of the SQL statements only. Not we will not fill this data by on our own. Okay, now what we will do, we will go to the tools option, then again SQL. In this we have to write down the statement. So what we will write down, insert, because we have to insert the value in the student 1 table. Okay, so insert into, then we have to write down the table name, and table name is student 1. After that open bracket, then the field 1 in the double quotes. Like we can write what was the first field, it was roll number. Okay, so after that quotes will be closed. Now comma, then again next column will be name, Now next column is your fee, and the last column is city. Okay, uh, we have to put the braces here also. Now we will close this. After that we will write down values. Okay, first command is insert into, then student name is the table name, then in the brackets we have to write down in the double quotes all the name of the columns which we want to in which we want to insert the data. Now we have 4 columns: roll number, name, fee and city. Now we have to write down the values. In values we will put on the bracket, then values should be in the single quotes. Okay, suppose 1206 Aman, then 17,500, suppose it is the fee, and the city is like Noida. Okay, now we will close the brackets and semicolon. Now you can copy it. Now execute. Now command successfully executed. That means this data has been inserted into the table. Okay, now if I change this data, suppose I make it 207, that Amandeep, then it's suppose 18,500, and the city name is also changed. Now we can execute it. So one more data has been inserted into the table. Now you can close it and open the table. Then you can see that data is entered into the fields. Okay, this is with the help of SQL statement. So we have done 2 SQL statements. One, how we can create the table, and second is how we can insert the data into the table. Now next thing is how we can edit or delete the records in a table. See, simply we can delete the record. Suppose I want to delete this record, I will click here and right click here, and you can select on the delete rows. This row will be deleted from the table. Okay, but if we want to update it or we want to edit it, for that the command is used as update. So what we will write down, go to the tools. Okay, wait, we have to close this. Suppose I want to change this name Aman to any other name. Okay, close this, then go to tools, SQL, then write down update, then in double quotes we have to write down the name of the table. After that, set. Okay, now we have to change the name, that's why we have to write down name in the double quotes. Okay, whenever we are writing the field name, it should be in the double quotes, and the name should be, and values are always in the single quote. So suppose we are changing the name to Radhika. Now we have to give the condition whose name we have to change, where roll number is equal to 1206. Okay, it should be in the single quotes. Now semicolon and enter, sorry, execute. Now command has been successfully executed, so we will close it and check whether the data has been updated or not. So open this. Now you can see that where the name was Aman, where the roll number was 1206, it has been updated to name Radhika. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. I told you how we can delete the record. We can just click the column and then we can delete from here. We can delete the rows. But if we want to delete something with the help of the SQL statement, so what we'll do, we will again go to the tools, then SQL, and in that you will write down delete from. Now the table name, we want to delete it from the student 1, then where roll number is equals to suppose 1207. Okay, now click on execute. Now command has been successfully executed. Now close it and see whether the data has been, whether the record has been deleted from there. You can see only one row is remaining here and the second one has been deleted. So for creating the table you have to write down create table, and for inserting you have to use the query insert into. Then in update you have to use update and set command. Then in delete you have to use delete. Okay. Then your next topic is sorting the data. So sorting the data means arranging the data in the ascending or the descending order. So I have inserted more data in this table, in the student table. Okay. So you can see Radhika, Rakshit, Aradhya, Namya. Now if we want to sort this data in the ascending or descending order, what we will do, we will click here. This is for sorting. Okay. We want to save the changes. Here you have to select the field name according to which you want to sort the data. So I have selected the name. Now in which form do you want? If you want in ascending order, then click on OK. Now you can see the names are in ascending order: A, then N, then R, then R. Okay. Then if you want to sort the data in descending order, now you can see the data has been changed. So this is how you can sort the data. Now the same thing can be done with the help of SQL statements. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will go to the tools, then SQL, then we have to write down the query for it. So we will write down select, then the first column name is your roll number, comma, then second column name is name, then third column name is the fee, and the last column name is city. Okay, so after that enter. Now from which table, the table name should be there, student 1. After that order by. Okay, for sorting the data we have to use the command order by. Now by which column we have to order the data, or means you can say the sort the data. So we have to do it with the help of name. So we'll write it here. After that we will click on descending or ascending. So what we will write down, DESC for descending, and for ascending we can write ASC. Okay, so suppose we are doing it in the descending form. Now semicolon and execute. Now close. You can see your data might have been sorted in the descending order. Okay, so this is how you can do all these things. Now we are going to continue in the next video. So you have to practice all this in your software by your own. Thank you.